following is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Pierre Governor Sports on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors are brought to you by Bank West, Allied Plumbing, Beck Motors, Home Care Services, Venture Communications, Vilas Pharmacy, Todd's Electric, State Farm Insurance, CHS River Plains, and Xander Auto Parts.
Coming out the timeout, Elijah Bucci with the snap. He goes left side, down to the end zone. He's in! Touchdown, Governors! They've got the lead with 8 seconds to go.
And by Wheelhouse Auto Body, Slumberland, SD Savin, Shane's Pharmacy, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, First Fidelity Bank, Country Carpet and Flooring, and Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping.
This will be tapped over. See if the Governors again can take advantage of it. Waldron set for Cronin. There's your win. In set one, 32-30. Campbell Cronin with 8 kills in the first set.
And by Wagner Auto, Sanford Clinic, the South Dakota Office of Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Envirotech, First National Bank, and Faith Lutheran Church.
As the Governors get across midfield, LaRush now with some open space, looking to send one through forward for Aharts. It comes in, Aharts, he scores! Keith Aharts from LaRush, and it's a 1-0 lead.
And by Kruger Climate Systems, River Bottom Sanitation, Rising Hope Counseling, Pizza Ranch, Olson Plumbing, Dakota Storm Roofing, Ferding Electric, James Valley Landscaping, Lamb Motors, May Adam, and First Dakota National Bank.
Sheldon will lose the ball. The Pierre Governors, they fall on it. They're going to the Dome. The Governors score with 8 seconds remaining, and they win it 14-9.
And by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Missouri River Dentistry, Kruger Contracting, Karsten Erickson Roofing, Gales Gas, Edward Jones Financial, and First United Methodist Church. And now to the booth with the call of the game and the voice of the Pierre Governors, John Winkler.
And from the Huron Arena, we welcome you here on this Tuesday evening as the Pierre Governors and Huron Tigers get sent for their second match in the last 2 weeks, as the Governors are looking for some revenge to try and get that win and go 1-1 against the Tigers, but they have to do it on the road here this evening against Huron. The standings are starting to take a little bit more shape, and the Pierre Governors know they need at least one win. They still maybe need some help, but more things can fall in their place than needing some extra help to try and make the Sodak 16 if they don't win. They're sitting tied right now for 16th place with the Sturgis Scoopers. Pierre Governors needing a win tonight against the Huron Tigers, who are 8-10. Yankton got a win last night over Beersford to go to 6-12. They're sitting at number 15. Rapid City Central, Brookings at 14-13. Huron at number 12. And it becomes all important for this Pierre Governor team to pick up a win. Starting this Friday and Saturday, 2 really tough opponents against O'Gorman and Aberdeen Central. It can be really tough to beat. Brookings will also be a tough team to beat. They're sitting at 6-17. And then Jefferson, who is 2 games under 500. But it is an opportunity for the Governors to face Jefferson to close out the season. It is between Jefferson and Huron, if you're going to look at quote-unquote easier opponents to try and get a win. Right now is one of them. Huron is sitting in between them and Brookings. They're sitting at number 12, Brookings number 13. So, yeah, there's some teams in the bottom half of that standings they can go after. But, boy, you really want to try and get after this Huron team tonight, and especially because you played them just a couple weeks ago, that you feel better about trying to get a win against this Huron team. You saw the mistakes that were made, some of the videos, some of the opportunity to adjust a little bit. Obviously, Huron's going to be adjusting too. We're going to talk with both coaches, and Coach Josh Lean of the Huron Tigers will be talking about that, the game within the game or the game outside of the game, of what they need to do to maybe make adjustments or make sure they don't make too many adjustments from what worked well the last time. With the Governors and Tigers met in Pierre exactly 2 weeks ago when Huron won 25-9, 25-19, and 25-19 over the Pierre Governors. The Governors are coming in having lost their last 2 games. They lost in 4 sets to the Yankton Gazelles last Thursday. They got the road game against O'Gorman on Friday, and then they're home for the last 3 matches of the regular season trying to get into the Sodak 16. And yeah, it might be an uphill climb in the Sodak 16, whatever seed you're going to be at, but you're going to be in. That's the ultimate goal at this point, is you got to get in and give yourself a chance. You can't make the state tournament if you don't make the Sodak 16, and the Pierre Governors want to make the Sodak 16 and give themselves a shot to be in that state tournament. We'll talk about this matchup a little bit more coming up as we continue the pregame show. The sophomore match is underway in the second set. Huron took the first one, so if Huron wins this next one, it'll be just the 2 sets, and then we'll get going for the varsity contest, but we'll be a little bit behind schedule for the night tonight between Pierre and Huron. But we'll step aside. We'll come back in 3 minutes, talk about this matchup a little bit more between the Pierre Governors and Huron Tigers. Back in 3 minutes on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Planting for next year is right around the corner, but do you know how much nutrients your crops will need? Fall soil sampling with CHS River Plains can help you look at each field's nutrient carryover, provide you with a more accurate farm plan, and allow you to take a position on those nutrients needed when you see fit. Plus, it'll make your life easier next spring when the planters are ready to roll and you don't have to wait. Contact your local CHS River Plains agronomist today, and we'll get the pickup headed your way.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
And we welcome you back here inside the Huron Arena as the Pierre Governors and Huron Tigers set for a battle here coming up sometime after, probably around closer to 6:45 at this point, maybe closer to 7 o'clock by the time that we get rolling for that contest. But this Governor team, they're coming in at 3-12 of the season. Huron at 8-10. They've won 3 of their last 4. Huron has played some really good volleyball, and their serving has been excellent, which has helped them be able to start. That obviously starts a solid point, is being able to serve well. They beat Jefferson in 4 sets last time out last Thursday, and then they beat Roosevelt a week ago, beating them in 3 sets. They beat Rapid City Central. They won 3 in a row in 4 of their last 5. They lost in a sweep to Stevens at home. That's on that would have been Friday, and then Saturday they were able to beat Rapid City Central, and then before then there was the Pierre Governors in that 3-set windows, 25-9, 25-19, and 25-19. Huron got on to some really strong runs to open up all 3 of those sets. So it was an 8-0 lead, I think, before the Governors scored in that first set, and it kind of set the tone for the entire match. And we talk with a lot of coaches about how important a good start is, what's key to a good start, and why is it important. Well, something like that is exactly why it's important, because it set the tone for the game, and the Governors unable to dig themselves out of that hole in the first set, and then it just carried over into the second set. Obviously, you start back at 0-0, but when you struggle like the Governors did in that first set, and then you don't get that first point, even though it is just point number 1, it turns into being a little bit of a more difficult time to come back. You start to have a little bit more doubt in yourself. So the Governors come out here a little bit quicker in their starts in each set, and Coach Kerry Wheelhouse will talk about that in our pregame interview. It is, not getting yourself down early on. Don't dig yourself a hole, and especially one too deep that you can't dig yourself out of for the entire set. And then it turns into then leading into a little bit tougher sets that maybe, you might be closer in the next 2 sets, but you dig yourself a hole in the first set, and all of a sudden it turns into bad things happening the rest of the night. So this Governor team wants to come out, wants to hit better than what they did against the Huron Tigers, and wants to hit better than what they did on Thursday against Yankton. They were out hit 52-12 in that, 52-22 in that loss, that 4-set loss against the Yankton Gazelles. As almost 5 players were in double figures for Yankton in hitting. Ty and Bessie had 15, but it was 8 for Gukeisen and Schramm, and then 7 for Gutzman and Olsen. And where the Pierre Governors had just 1, Allie Keys had 8, and then it was 5 for Marina Bushbaum. The Govs do spread the ball around, and they do have a lot of girls that fill up the stat sheet, or at least get on the stat sheet. They just haven't had anybody to really fill up the stat sheet over the course of a match, other than the Lennox game where they were able to get a couple in double figures in that 4-set win. They just haven't been able to really, even when Keys has been on her best, 8 kills. Obviously, again, Lennox match a little bit different, but in those other losses, or even some of the most of the wins, all but 1 match, it has been really hard for even Allie Keys, that when she's been going so well, to be able to still get double figures. So that's another key here for the Governors, is got to find somebody and got to be able to consistently get them good passes, get them good sets. And, it all starts from the serve receive and those digs in the back row. If the Govs can dig well, serve receive well, you can really set up a lot of success at the front of the net with those swings from anywhere on the floor, because Keys is very good swinging from anywhere, but you have Bushbaum, you have Navani, who had 4 kills last time out, but you can get Alyssa Lowe involved, and Alexis Schleckway, and then Molly Olsen, who has Sloan Waldron, who swings a little bit too and sets, but Olsen, who then after a while, when you've consistently been letting the other team swing, or letting your teammates swing, then all of a sudden you just dump the ball over on a 2-hit fake set and turn into a point that way too. So this Governor team can find a lot of different scoring from around the floor, but they have to be able to utilize that well and be able to have those great passes from the back row, get those right digs, and move it up the floor that way. And we're going to talk with both these coaches coming up here in just a little bit. We're going to talk with Coach Josh Lean of the Huron Tigers, and then also talk with Coach Kerry Wheelhouse of the Pierre Governors as we get set for this matchup between the Govs and the Tigers. here at the Huron Arenas. They're in the second set of the sophomore match. It is 18-13 in favor of Huron. They won 25-15 in set number 1. Well, we will take another break, another 3-minute break. We'll come back and we'll start our conversation with our coaches. Back in 3 minutes, you're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Is it time for a fresh look underfoot? Tired of worn out carpets or outdated flooring? Then you need to visit Country Carpet and Flooring in Pierre. We're your local experts for every style, from plush carpets and durable laminates to elegant hardwoods and luxury vinyl. Discover hundreds of options from top name brands, all with our friendly expert service. Visit Country Carpet and Flooring at 414 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre, or call us at 605-224-9297. Country Carpet and Flooring. Your floor, your style, our expertise.
Have you assessed your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9794 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters, reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
At Wheelhouse Auto Body, we believe in treating our customers and their cars like family. Our service-focused team has over 50 years combined experience in the automotive repair industry. If you have a vehicle, big or small, that needs some TLC, Wheelhouse Auto Body team is ready to take care of you. Visit Wheelhouse Auto Body at 720 North Garfield or contact us at 605-494-0436. Wheelhouse Auto Body of Pierre.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Josh Lean of the Huron Tigers as the Governors and Tigers playing for the second time in the last 2 weeks. And Coach, you got a 3-set win against Pierre in Pierre a couple weeks ago. What do you take from that game and bring it into tonight?
Well, to be honest, as I was rewatching that film as well as more recent film, like every coach does, I would anticipate the adjustments Carrie's going to make on her side, as she's probably doing the same with me. And so, although you don't necessarily, know when and how they're going to cover up some of those holes that maybe they had last time we played 2 weeks ago, you can believe that they will. And so what are we going to do to counter that, right? And so the chess match begins earlier in this match than it did last time, because now we've had a couple weeks to practice against, our scout teams playing each other and things like that. So I would anticipate definitely an earlier chess match starting as far as who's who's playing where and what balls they're trying to cover up, what balls we're trying to get off the floor, comparatively to the shots they took 2 weeks ago.
And for you guys that have played some pretty good volleyball as of late, have won back-to-back games, 3 of the last 4. What's been something that's been maybe an adjustment, but what's something that's kind of caught fire for this Huron team?
Well, what's been working for us is our serve, and so I would attribute us being able to get Sioux Falls Jefferson to unravel a little bit based on the quality and tempo of our serving. When Jency Gergen gets back and serves, when Hilton Hines goes back and serves, like those balls are really hard to pass, and there's a lot of tempo behind them. There's a lot of movement, like a knuckleball, and we were able to kind of get the matchups we wanted in serve and pass against Jefferson, and they're better players just kind of struggled passing and made them very one-dimensional, and we were able to defend that one dimension and re-attack that one dimension. So I would say if there's anything that's just continued to get better, it's been our focus and our aggressiveness from behind the service line.
For you guys against Pierre a couple weeks ago, you jumped out to big leads early on. Is it something that you stress again to try and jump out? Maybe not so much the same exact lead, but jumping out to early leads against this Pierre squad.
Well, it always feels good to get out to an early lead, but the reality is we all know that in volleyball there's 6 miniature matches that happen every game, right? Every time you rotate, it's a new volleyball game. It's a new matchup. It's new kids against new kids. And so the reality is, although it does allow us to maybe take a little more risk if we're 6 points ahead on the scoreboard, what we're comfortable with and what we're learning to be comfortable with, I should say, is being 19-19 when we're entering the red zone, if you will, there at the end of the match, right? We want to be comfortable against some of the higher attack-rated teams in South Dakota when the score really matters. And so, although as a coach, is there a level of comfort being ahead? Absolutely. But staying calm for the athletes in the moment when you'd really just like to, get your own emotions out. The goal tonight is to be there at the end of the match so that we give ourselves a chance to win. And if we do that every week, that's something we've been stressing, continue to do that every week. We want to be a hard out at Sodak 16. That's what we want to be. We know we're going to travel. And it's going to be a team that's obviously higher seeded than us. But every day we come to play, it's for that. We're not going to be able to get out ahead of Mitchell or O'Gorman or some of our last matches we've got coming up. We just have to play hard enough to be there in the end and give ourselves a chance. So really, I would be more comfortable if that's where tonight ended up, to be honest, because we want to see if we've got what it takes at the end of a match to put it away.
Well, and you mentioned too the postseason is looming, and obviously from the first game is as important as the last game of the season, but you start to put a little bit more emphasis on the whether it be the media, whether it be the coaches, whether it be fans in general, but getting wins and being able to rack up wins to get yourself a better spot. The importance of winning down the stretch of the season.
Well, and let me tell you, in my mind, the seed points, it's all about matchups at the end of the season, right? We know, or we believe in our hearts, we know who we can match up against better than other teams, right? So actually, there might be a team sitting in the 6 or 7 seed that we don't feel good about, but there might be a team in that 4 or 5 range that we like to have. So it's not so much about getting as high as we can, as fast as we can here at the end of the season, but about keeping our eyes on those matchups and really playing the level of volleyball that it's going to take to compete against that matchup that we like. And so, that's an easy thing to say when you're on the bottom half of the Sodak 16, right? But the reality is we want to be the team that nobody wants to come to their gym in November because we're going to be tough to beat. Now, does that mean we're going to win? The game's got to be played. But at the end of the day, we like some of the matchups that are out there. Of course, we've got 3 big ones coming up after Pierre, right? Because we know that O'Gorman, Brandon Valley, and Mitchell are all right there in the 2, 3, 4, 5 range. And that's likely where we're going to have to go. And so, we just hope we can play well enough to not necessarily get punched in the mouth. But if we get punched in the mouth, we're going to come back up swinging, and that's our goal with how we want to play.
Final question here. Biggest key for the Huron Tigers to get a win over Pierre tonight?
So we're going to serve hard, and I know that. But the answer to that is we can get all the aces we want, but if we're getting aced, we're going to lose. So at the end of the day, we have to pass the ball well enough to stay out of the ace column, to keep Pierre out of the ace column. If we do that, we're going to be successful.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That's head coach Josh Lean of the Huron Tigers, back with more of the pregame show after this here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684. Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your healthcare is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut hundreds of cross, and played hours of peekaboo and duck duck gray duck because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Carrie Bauman will help make it easy and affordable to help protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Carrie Bauman in Pierre today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hello friends, this is Pastor Sam at Faith Lutheran Church. We have many blessings to give thanks. A beautiful city on the river, helpful and encouraging friends and neighbors, and of course, our peer athletes. They're the reason for us being here, so let's help them out. I will be praying for our athletes throughout this season. I encourage you to join me in praying for their health and safety as well as their success, both on the field and in the classroom.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
As we welcome you back to the pregame show here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Joining me is Coach Kerry Wheelhouse of the Pierre Governors. Coach, the final couple weeks of the regular season here, but final couple road games of the regular season. You get a chance to take on this Huron Tiger team that you played just 2 weeks ago. How much do you take from Game 1 2 weeks ago against Huron, bringing into tonight?
Yeah, definitely we looked against our game films, see what we did wrong, where we could improve, and really kind of worked on that. I think we've kind of worked out some of the kinks that we had that we didn't do well with on that night against them there. So definitely need to come in with the fire in their home court and try and give them back their loss.
what was some of the things that that really stuck out on the film that needs to be different tonight, or what is going to be different tonight?
Yeah, things that we really focused on, is our serve receive. Our pass rating was super low against Huron, which didn't make any sense to us because they're not, any harder serving team than what we've seen. So doing that, because that translated into we didn't get very many swings in our front row, and our front row didn't get very many kills put away. So we just need to get more swings, but it starts with the pass. And so we've just got to be more aggressive with our serves and then better on our passes.
This Huron Arena, obviously, everybody's been here, for the Pierre Governors have been here multiple years and been able to see things. But the backdrop of where the net is and where the black of the back of the wall is, how difficult is that, or how necessary is it for warm-ups to be able to kind of gauge where you're at, because it can be a little bit hard to read?
Yeah, I feel like we got a good taste of that down in Yankton. Their floor is a little hard to definitely see, and we didn't do too bad hitting it in there. So we just got to make sure we're really focusing on, that we know where the serve's going to go and what our depth is on that. And I think we'll be better off this week coming into this after being in a place like Yankton that had a bigger gym too.
Again, you're down to the final couple road games. Obviously winning on the road is always tough, and you want to try and go 500 on the road, and you have O'Gorman on the road on Friday. But how important is it to get a road win here tonight, but then just to lead that into some confidence the rest of the way of the season?
Yeah, we've got a lot of games, 5 games in the next, or 4 games in the next week. So we need to start it off with a strong performance tonight coming off the bus. We had a lot of talks this week about how do we travel, what do we do when we get off the bus, and I tasked the girls with coming up with stuff. How do we get better off the bus? And so they came up with some stuff that we started today, and so hopefully we get some of that changed around just so we're ready for that game, get that game mentality a little bit earlier in the night.
Then 2 weeks ago, it was a struggle to get the first point for the Pierre Governors. It was a long Huron run in most of those sets. How important is it to not just set one, but every set? How important is it to get on the board early on and to not let any doubts creep in from last time?
Yeah, we definitely, they weren't happy with their performance last time, which is the biggest thing, is that they don't want to have that kind of a showing again, and I think they've come out with a little more fire today than we did. But yeah, we can't dig ourselves a hole to start with. If we dig ourselves a hole, it's really hard to get out of it, but hopefully we can get our foot on the gas right away and not get ourselves dug down.
Biggest key here for the Pierre Governors to get a win tonight?
Find that fire right away off of the bus, kind of get that momentum going right away, and then making sure that our hitters are getting it put away at the front.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
As head coach Carrie Wilhouse of the Pierre Governors, back with more of the pregame show after this here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Has it been years since you've been to the dentist? Are you afraid to see a dentist? If so, you are among many people who feel this way. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer of Missouri River Dentistry. At our office, we pride ourselves as an office that uses a personal touch to offer gentle dentistry, tailored to fit each patient's needs. We do so by utilizing state-of-the-art equipment and methods which allow the patients to feel comfortable. So whether it has been many years or 6 months since your last dental visit, your oral health is important. We invite you to call us at Missouri River Dentistry, 223-2021, 223-2021.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. You'll find a great selection of quality new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep vehicles, plus a great selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take good care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and body shop, along with a friendly financing team that'll do their best to get you into your next new or pre-owned vehicle with financing that fits your budget. Wagner Auto is your local family-owned full-service dealership in Pierre. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
One place to go.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-A-Later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-A-Later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-A-Later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
Pizza Ranch in Fort Pierre is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Sports. Bring your crew to the ranch. We have hot buffet options, including legendary pizza, the country's best chicken, savory sides, nutritious salads, and delicious desserts. Perched right on the river, our Fort Pierre Pizza Ranch is only minutes from the South Dakota State Capitol building and right down the road from where the Pierre Governors play. The Pizza Ranch in Fort Pierre. Go Govs! Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota.
Since the day First Fidelity Bank first opened its doors for business in 1905, we've served the credit and investment needs of this area. The money that's deposited with us is reinvested locally in the form of loans to area families, farms, and small businesses, where it can help create new opportunities for everyone in our community. First Fidelity Bank, first-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
And we welcome you back as we continue the pregame show between the Pierre Governors and the Huron Tigers, as we are just some minutes away from getting those starting lineups and those in the first serve of this ball game coming up. With some of the starting lineups for the Huron Tigers, as it will be Jency Gergen, that will be the starter, Chloe Carr as well. We'll go through all these here in just a moment. Hilton Hines is the libero for the Huron Tigers. And then there's just that one possibility of maybe moving a couple around with the, let's see, also we have, it looks like all of that is right. Addison Knight as well there. So let's go through the starting lineup here just real quick. Jency Gorgon will be the setter, the 5'8" senior. Chloe Carr wears number 6. She's a 6-foot senior middle hitter. Hilton Hines is a libero. She's a 5'8" senior. Addison Knight, the junior, the 5'8" outside hitter. Allie Davis, the senior, 5'7" outside hitter. Jaylee Olson will be the starter, the 6-foot junior middle hitter. And then you have the possibility of Ava Wambach or Arian Fitzer that will be the other starter, as Fitzer is a freshman, the 5'9" right side hitter, and Wambach, the defensive specialist, the 5'4" junior. And that will be determining on if they will be serving first or receiving first on who those starters will be. For the Pierre Governors, it is the usuals, as it will be Allie Keys, the 5'8" junior outside hitter. Hallie Hart is the libero, the 5'6" senior. Also Sloan Waldron, one of the two setters for the Governors, a 5'7" senior. Molly Olson will be starting 5'6" junior setter. Again, between her and then I believe Marina Bushbaum, they will be the starters, depending on if they are serving or not. Alexis Schleckway is also in the starting rotation, the 5'7" senior defensive specialist, but she is moving all the way around the floor now and being a hitter as well. Then Addison Novotny, the sophomore middle hitter, will get the starts. And Lissa Lowe, part of that possibility of starting with Molly Olson. So Governors will see who exactly does start. It will depend on, again, who is serving first, and when they have their little coin flip, hard to tell exactly who is serving and who is receiving in that first set. But the Pierre Governors and Huron Tigers are getting closer to this contest here tonight, and they're looking for a good one between these ESD rivals. And the Governors are trying to avenge their loss from 2 weeks ago in Pierre when they were swept by the Huron Tigers. See if they can go. It was a couple years ago that the Governors and Tigers, they split their season series, their 2 games, and the road team won both of those matches. Another couple years ago, it was the home team that won both matches. So we'll see if the Governors can return the favor and win on the road against this Huron Tiger squad and put themselves at 500 against Huron, but move to 4-12 and really put themselves in a good spot to make the SODAC 16 with very limited help, and just that's more of everything going the right way. Or everything has to go the wrong way for them to not make it if they were to win one of these last games. Where on the other side, if they don't win any of these games, everything has to go the right way for them to still try and make the SODAC 16 with just 3 wins. But the Pierre Governors and Huron Tigers are coming up from the Huron Arena. We'll step aside for 3 minutes, and we will come back with the starting lineups and first serve. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in 3 minutes.
Oh, shut the water off! Shut the water off! Oh, don't give me that look. I know you said to call Allied Plumbing and Heating. I read the instructions and I watched a couple of videos. I thought that I had this. Let me watch a couple more videos and I'll take care of it. Just go to your sister's. I'll have it fixed. Hello, Allied Plumbing and Heating. I need your help.
You can rely on your allies at Allied Plumbing and Heating, 605-494-2001.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at EnvirotechWaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 a.m. or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120. Sanford Health Pierre Clinic provides comprehensive and convenient care to Pierre, South Dakota and its surrounding communities. We care for all your health needs, including preventive care, pediatric health, annual checkups, chronic disease care, and more. Schedule an appointment today at 605-945-5560. Ask about our heart and health specialist. Visit this clinic on the second Tuesday of every month. Sanford Health Clinic Pierre, 605-945-5560. We welcome you back as we are getting sent for first serve between the Pierre Governors and the Huron Tigers, as it is the Governors that will be in their green jerseys with the Huron Tigers in their whites and the pink libero jersey for Hilton Hines, as Hallie Harvey wearing the white jersey for the Governors. So Molly Olson will get the start, the 5'6" junior setter. Number 4, Allie Keys, the 5'8" junior outside hitter. Hallie Hart, the libero, the 5'6" senior. It'll be also Sloan Waldron, the 5'7" senior setter, right side hitter. Lexus Schleckaway, the 5'7" senior all the way around, defensive specialist, hitter as well for the Governors. Number 12, Alyssa Lowe, the 6-foot junior middle hitter. Number 17, Addison Novotny, the sophomore middle hitter for the Governors. For the Huron Tigers, their starters will look like this. It'll be Jency Gorgon, the 5'8 senior center. Number 6, Chloe Carr, the 6-foot senior middle hitter. Number 9, Hilton Hines, the libero, the 5'8 senior. Number 17, Addison Knight, the 5'8 junior outside hitter. Number 18, Allie Davis, the 5'7 senior outside hitter. Number 21, Jaylee Olson, the 6-foot junior middle hitter. It'll be number 13, Ava Wambach, the 5'4 junior defensive specialist. As she has either wearing number 3 or number 13, but she is wearing number 13 tonight. So we are ready to go for volleyball here at the Huron Arena. The Governors and the Huron Tigers. Best of 5 between these two teams. Huron again won 2 weeks ago tonight in Pierre in 3 sets, winning 25-9, 25-19, and 25-19. Governors did not jump out to a lead in any of those first sets, but here tonight they've got an opportunity to forget all about it and go win a match against Huron, and everything will be 1-1 between these two teams. So again, those starting lineups for the Governors: Olson, Keys, Schleckaway, Lowe, and Novotny, with Hart being the libero. They will take Carr out of the game to put in Davis, or the Hines, the libero. So it's going to be Gorgon, Hines, Knight, Davis, Olson, and Wambach. Novotny will come out for the Governors. So the first serve will go to the Pierre Governors. And they will start with Alexis Schleckaway, that will serve first. So Schleckaway, the 5'7 senior defensive specialist, and hitter as well, will serve, and we're underway here tonight from the Huron Arena. And an early point for the Governors is not going to go back across, and miss serve receive for the Huron Tigers. It doesn't go down as an ace for Schleckaway, but Huron could not return the ball across. It was 3 quick hits, and that was it. So now Schleckaway will serve again, as Hines will receive this one. Gorgon will set, and then over, coming from number 21 and Jaylee Olson. Governors are able to return it back, and then off the nets on the attack for the Tigers. Far side for Keys, and that one is going to miss just off the left side of the line, and it's a 1-1 tie. So Pierre does get that first point, but the first hitting error belongs to the Pierre Governors. So Jency Gorgon will serve here for Huron. On the serve, it'll go for Hadley Hartz, set from Olson, and then Keys on that left side, went across court, but it was dug out by Knight. And then that attack will go out from Allie Davis, and then the Governors will take a 2-1 lead on the Davis hitting error. So both teams with a hitting error to open up this game. 2-1 our score on the American Family Insurance Printing Shufflebind scoreboard. Hadley Hart will serve. It is received by Hines. And on that far side, that left side, it is another attack coming from Davis. Then the Governors with Waldron, dug out by Hines in that libero spot. This one will get all the way to the back line, as it was Schleckaway able to make a play on it. Now on that far side, left side again, Fitzer, who had her first swing. This one will be tapped over by Novotny and just got over the net. Now the Tigers with the opportunity. Good play from Olson on the redirect off the net. There's a free ball coming from the Governors. Second hit attack, diving for it, and it will go out as Olson tried to dig it out, but it turns into a point, and I believe the set was from Gorgon, so she will get the kill. And Jency Gorgon gets the first kill of the night from either side. 2-2 our score. Nearly an ace for Huron. Good play from Hadley Hart. This one was tipped at the net by Olson. Then the attack coming from Knight, dug out by the Governors, and then down the line from Keys, but that's dug out by Gorgon. Back row attack coming, and that's going to be a kill from Allie Davis, as Hadley Hart unable to get the dig. And Allie Davis will have her first of the night. Back-to-back points for the first time this evening. They go to Huron. They lead at 3-2. Knight on the serve, or make that Davis on the serve. It'll be Played over by the Governors as it comes right back to the middle of the floor. An easy play from Schleckaway where she's standing. And then Allie Key's opportunity is dug out. Now near side. That attack will be off the hands, and it will be a kill for Addison Knights. 3 straight here for the Tigers, and it's a 4-2 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Another serve from Allie Davis. And the Governors had a hard time receiving that serve last week, but this time they don't have any opportunity or any problem with that reception, as Addison Novotny will get her first kill down the left side of the line. The Governors are back within 1-4-3. Molly Olson checks out. Marina Bushbaum checks in. Sloan Waldron will serve. This one will be over and played from the Tigers. Back row attack coming from Davis. And then a left-hand attack from Bushbaum was too far. She was behind the 10-foot service line. And then Bushbaum hit it too long as well. And a point for the Tigers. And the second hitting error of the first set here for the Governors. Hilton Hines on the serve. Schleckaway receives it. It'll be a free ball from Novotny as the Governors had some miscommunication. Set middle of the net, that's blocked by Novotny. Stays alive for the Tigers. And then back across, it was tapped by Novotny. Then now Waldron for Bushbaum off the hands and down for a kill for Marina Bushbaum. Big swing there from Bushbaum. Good job by Novotny 2 different times getting a piece of a one clean block. And the other one just kept alive. And Bushbaum gets her first kill to make it a 5-4 lead for Huron. Keys on the serve. Hines almost didn't get a hand to it. Another block from Novotny, but this time she is in the net. And it's a 6-4 lead here for Huron. Well, the Keynols will check in for Allie Keys. Also have Wambach that will check in. She'll come in for Arian Fitzer. So Ava Wambach will go back to serve. The 5'4" junior, smallest player in either lineup so far in the game. And the serve will be too far from the 5-foot Wambach. 5'4" Wambach. And the first service error from either side, and it's a 6-5 lead for the Huron Tigers. Sierra Prunty will check in as the junior will go back to serve. This will be received side of the net. Over from Hines on a free ball. Waldron got to it. Now Prunty will have to set. And Schleckaway's attack. Diving play from Hilton Hines. Stays alive for the Tigers, and then it is hit out, not touched, as the hit goes long from Addison Knight. And the Governors have this thing tied up 6-6 here in set number 1, as you're listening to KCCR Pierre, Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Liza Mayer back in the studios. Sierra Prunty on the serve here for the Governors. Second hit attack right on the top of Alyssa Lowe. And Jency Gorgon's got her second kill. Governors weren't ready for it, and it lands in the campfire. And Gorgon has gotten 2 kills without ever leaving the floor on those kill attempts. So now a 7-6 lead here for Huron, and that one's misplayed by Lola Keenels in the serve. And it's an ace for Addison Knight, the first ace of any kind for either team. And back to a 2-point lead here for the Huron Tigers. This one back to Keenels again. She will receive this one. Now running to the net, and it's going to be hit out of play by Schleckaway as the pass got too far to the net, and now it's a 9-6 lead. Third hitting error by the Pierre Governors. Not much of a hitting error, but it does go out of play. And this one will be served into the net by Knight. Second service error, and it's now 9-7. In favor of the Huron Tigers. Bushbaum will take a seat. Molly Olson is back in, and now Olson will go back to serve. Olson, the 5'6" junior. This will be set far side off the hands of Hadley Hart, and a kill for the Huron Tigers, as that one was by number 6 and Chloe Carr, her first swing and her first kill, and it's now 10-7. And so now it's going to be Kaya Cheddar that will go back to serve here for Huron. Cheddar's serve, it is Waldron to receive. Set back to Waldron from Olson, and Cheddar will dig it out. This one will go back to the line, and it'll be another kill, and that's from Jaylee Olson, her first. And it's now 11-7. So far, a total of 6 kills. 5 different Huron Tigers have kills. Gorgon, the setter, has got the only one with 2 so far. This one is misplayed on the serve receive. Lissa Lowe was over there, but it was not played well by the Governors in the Waldron reception, and it turns into a point for Huron and an ace, and we have a timeout. 12-7 lead for the Huron Tigers with the Pierre Governors in set number 1. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is your roof ready for the next South Dakota storm? Don't wait till it's too late. For over 25 years, Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction has been serving Central South Dakota with quality roofing and construction. He has now added gutters. We offer dependable service, guaranteed workmanship, and no unnecessary flash or fuss. Just reliable protection for your home. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction. Experience you can trust. Call today, 605-280-8133. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, serving Central South Dakota for over 25 years.
We welcome you back. It is a 12-7 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard for this Huron Tiger team. Kaya Cheddar just got her first ace of the night. A timeout taken by Coach Kara Wheelhouse. She's got 1 left here in set number 1. And serving are the Tigers with that 5-point lead. As Cheddar will serve. To the back row, Schleckway receives this one. Olsen now for Lowe. That's dug out by Cheddar. They've been picking on her on the attack, so then it goes back again to Jaylee Olsen, who has another kill. They've tried it to go to Cheddar. She's been able to dig out both of them, and it's turned into an Olsen kill each time. And it's now 13-7, immediately turned into an Olsen kill. Cheddar serve, Schleckway to the front of the net. Olsen now set for Waldron. That hit the antenna. And it's now 14-7 and back-to-back points to the timeout here for the Huron Tigers. First hitting error by Sloan Waldron. 4th overall by Pierre here in set 1. 7-point advantage for the Tigers in this first set. Cheddar will go to the left side for Keenholz. And then the attack somehow stayed alive by Huron. A free ball coming. Schleckway nearly had her first kill. Olsen will set it for Lowe. And that's a one-handed dig from Cheddar. The fans who are walking across had to get away, walking in front of the student section. And then it turns into a kill anyway, as it's going to be from number 18, Allie Davis, her second, and it's a 15-7 lead. Some of the students were walking over on the bleachers to the bleachers, and they had to scurry out of the way because Huron was coming to try and get the point still. Cheddar, another serve. This will go over the net, overpass from Olsen. Near side, that attack dug out by Hadley Hartz. Olsen from the back line had to get it up to the front of the net, but it's going to be a free ball from Schleckway over. Left side, the attack, that's dug out after it was tipped, dug out by Hart. Then Waldron with the attack. That will go for a kill for Sloan Waldron to make it 15-8 and breaks the streak of 8 in a row for the Huron Tigers. And Waldron's got the 3rd Governor kill, her first one of the night. Here in this first set, Lexus Schleckway will go back to serve. The Governors have gone through their first full rotation. And Schleckway will serve that one long, and it's 16-8. First service error for the Pierre Governors tonight. Doubling up the Governors are the Huron Tigers, 16-8 here in set number 1. Jency Gorgon will be the one serving here for Huron. As Gorgon floats this one across, that's an ace. Lexus Schleckway was trying to dive for it, but the short serve made it tough to gather in time. And it's now 17-8, a 9-point advantage here for Huron in set number 1. Gorgon will serve again. This one was going right at Schleckway. Here's Alyssa Lowe's opportunity. That's dug out by Hines. Now far side, and we'll have a net violation against the Governors, and that one's against Allie Keys. And it's 18-8 here in this first set. So the Governors have got to find something here quickly, otherwise this set's going to get away from them. And it was right around 7-7 or so when Huron started their run. Sloan Waldron, that'll be their second kill. It's 18-9. Good swing there from Waldron to get her second one, and the last 2 points have gone the way of Sloan Waldron. Hadley Hart now will serve. Governors are still down by 9, being doubled up again by Huron. This will be on the left side. Right to Schleckway. Easy dig for her. It's now Keys with the attack. Hilton Hines able to dig that out. Now for the back row, the attack. That'll be hit out from Addison Knights. Her second hitting air, and the Governors that got back-to-back points, and see if they can rally here in this first set. Down by 8, 18-10 here in set number 1. Hadley Hart on the serve. It'll be received here right in the middle of the floor. That's a hard hit, and down for a kill for Allie Davis. Her third kill of the night, 19-10. Davis will go back to serve. Looked like she was winding up from the initial serve from the Governors. Ready for that kill opportunity. Novotny will punch it over. It'll be dug out by Hines. Now far side, that's blocked by Pierre, but it doesn't go back on the Huron side. And it's a kill for Arian Fitzer to add another Huron Tiger into that score sheet. 6 different Huron Tigers have had at least 1 kill in this first set. That one's hit well too far from Keys. Picked that from Olsen, and it's 21-10. And the timeout will be taken by Coach Kerry Wheelhouse. So the Governors are down 21-10 here in set 1. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. As the days get shorter and the air turns crisp, it's time to make your home the cozy retreat you deserve. Slumberland's fall home sale is here. Find the perfect sectional for movie nights, a plush new mattress for a deeper sleep, and beautiful dining sets for family gatherings. 50% off list price is our lowest prices of the season, and they're happening now. Don't wait. Fall into savings at Slumberland. Visit Slumberland, 920 North Garfield Avenue today. It is set 1, and the Pierre Governors are down 21-10 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffleby scoreboard. With Eliza Mayer back in the studio. John Winkler here with you on this Tuesday night. We've got a lot of volleyball. We've got a lot of Pierre Governor sports here this week. We've got Governors against Douglas and football coming up on Thursday. That'll be next. 2 days from now, we'll have coverage starting at 5:30 and a 6 o'clock kickoff. And then we'll have at 6:30 on Friday, 1 o'clock on Saturday, Pierre Governor Volleyball as they'll travel to O'Gorman on Friday and then be at home against Aberdeen Central on Saturday. All those games are on KCCR and available to watch on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Asa Novotny with that kill attempt out of the timeout. This will be Gorgon that got it over on the second hit attack. Just a quick set over across, and Hadley Hart was able to dive to keep it alive. This will come back to Hart again from the Huron Tigers. Now Olsen for Waldron. That is dug out by Gorgon. It'll be set from Hilton Hines. Standing attack is dug out by Schleckway easily. Good pass towards the front of the net. Then Novotny's chance was blocked, and it stays alive for the Governors. Allie Keys will swing. That's dug out by Hines. Staying out of the net was Gorgon. Another kill attempt from Davis was dug out, and then Novotny puts it into the nets. And the Tigers get the point as the Governors felt like they were kind of maybe getting gassed at that point of that point, and it's now 22-10. On the serve, Alexis Schleckway will receive. It was an overpass from Waldron and easily sent back down from Jaylee Olsen, who's got her third kill, and it's 23-10. And Huron's just 2 points away from picking up a first set win. Another serve from Allie Davis. That'll be long, and it's 23-11. First service error from Davis, third overall by Huron. For as aggressive as they are serving is Huron, they serve well within the lines. They don't have a whole lot of service errors for being an aggressive serving team. This will be tipped at the net by Novotny, but no one there for the Governors. Bushbaum couldn't get over in time, and it's a kill for Jaylee Olsen. Now her fourth, and it's 24-11, and it now turns into set points for Hilton Hines and the Huron Tigers. Hines will serve. It is Schleckway that receives. Now Bushbaum with the left hand. That will get through the wall from Huron, and it's a kill for Marina Bushbaum, her second, and it's 24-12. And the Governors need another 12 points in a row to keep this first set alive. It'll be Allie Keys on the serve. This will be set near side. That is going to be down the line, but a nice dig from Waldron. And then Schleckway got it over after it was tipped by Fitzer. It goes down for a Schleckway kill, her first one. Got two hands on it, put it across the net, and unable to be blocked cleanly by Fitzer. This will be tapped over and then underneath the nets. And it will be a point for the Huron Tigers and a 25-13 win in set number 1 for Huron. 25-13 in the first set. Governors are down 1-0. Back in 2 minutes for set number 2. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
This fall, Beck Motor Company, your Heartland Chevy dealer, is proud to support our local athletes and all the fall sports that bring our community together. At BMC, we're here to take the stress out of car buying and maintenance. Whether you're in for routine service or looking to drive home in a brand new Chevy, you'll find a team that's honest, helpful, and ready to go the extra mile. Beck Motor Company, we're making a great deal better. www.beckmotors.com.
Becky Potsuba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
You know that feeling when you're exactly where you're meant to be? That's what it feels like to bank at First National Bank Pierre. We're not some big faceless corporation. We're your neighbors. We're the people you see at the grocery store, at the local ball game. We're committed to helping this community grow one person at a time. Need a loan for your new home? Or maybe you're starting that business you've always dreamed of. Our team is here ready to listen and help you find the right financial solution. Because at First National Bank in Pierre, we believe in hometown banking. Visit us at one of our 2 locations in Pierre or our Fort Pierre location. First National Bank, your hometown bank.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
As we welcome you back, it is set number 2 between the Pierre Governors and the Huron Tigers. It was a 25-13 win in set number 1 for Huron, as they were led by Jaylee Olson, who had 4 kills, and a total of 12 kills for the Huron Tigers in set number 1. Just 3 hitting errors, where the Pierre Governors on the other side had 6 kills with a total of 6 hitting errors. They had 1 service error coming from Alexis Schleckway. No aces in that first set. 3 aces in set number 1 for Huron, 3 service errors for Huron in set 1 as well. And they will have that first serve to get us going in set number 2. So we're ready to go for our second sets here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Jency Gorgon will be the first one to serve. And our second set is underway as Molly Olson receives this one. Waldron down the line. Keys will get the kill, and the Governors will open up with the lead. Allie Keys first of the night. A 1-0 lead here on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Allie Hart will serve here for the Governors. The libero for Pierre, the lefty on the serve. Sliding to make the play for Huron. This does pop over by Hilton Hines, but it is a free ball, and there is Molly Olson's first kill as well. Landing in the campfire for Olson, and she got the second hit attack. Huron was dispersing themselves from being right at the front of the net to get themselves in position, and while they're backtracking, Olson put it in the right spot. Hart will serve this one just a bit too far, and it's now 2-1. And the service error for Hallie Hart, second one of the night by the Pierre Governors. Davis will serve in a 2-1 lead here for the Governors. It is Waldron. That'll be hit out. It was not touched. And so it's now 2-2, and Waldron picks up her first hitting error of set number 2, a second one of the night overall. Now we're back to square 2-2, and that'll be an ace. That was a curveball coming from Allie Davis. Where we're sitting at and where you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports, it is easy to see where these serves and how difficult they can be. Waldron, as she'll receive this one, was moving to her left, and that's where the ball had first started, and then it curved back to the right and made it really hard to adjust to. And this will be served or hit out long by Arian Fitzer for her first hitting error, and it's now 3-3. One of the beauties of where we're sitting at in the Huron Arena is you can see the ball coming across the net so well, and you're really watching what the girls are able to watch. This will be a kill coming from Addison Knights. And it's now a 4-3 lead as Knight gets her second kill. And Hilton Hines now will serve. Hines, as it'll be Hart to receive it. Near side, it'll be for Allie Keys. Hines tracking it down, and then it'll be over for Hart. It'll be now for an opportunity for Bushbaum. Stayed alive by Huron. Blocked, though, by Novotny. And Addison Novotny will make it a 4-4 game. Novotny gets the first block shot point of the night from either side. And it's 4-4, as now it'll be Keys that will serve here for the Governors. Left side, that one right down the line and in for Arian Fitzer, her second of the night, and it's 5-4. Well, the Keenholz is in here for Pierre. A 1-point lead for the Huron Tigers over the Pierre Governors. Ava Wambach will serve as she's checked in. That'll be just out from Wambach, and it's now a 5-5 tie. Wambach has her second service error. Sierra Prunty will serve here for the Governors. That one over on the second hit, and that will be a kill as Gorgon will pick up another kill. That's the third time that she has done that here in this contest. Gorgon's third kill as a setter in 3 quick sets on the second hit, and has landed in the campfire each time. Well, the Keenholz have the Hart far side over from Schleckaway. That'll be hit out, and it's now 7-5. Schleckaway will have her second hitting error. On the serve, that will go long from Knight. And it's now 7-6. So a 1-point lead again here for the Huron Tigers in set number 2. Molly Olson on the serve. It'll be tapped over. That'll be a net violation against the Governors. I believe it was on Waldron, and it's now 8-6. So a 2-point lead again here for the Huron Tigers. The Governors just can't find their way to catch back up and tie things up. As Kaya Cheddar will be the one to serve. Cheddar serves it over. That one looked like it just barely went over the net. Keenholz the one to receive it. Lifts a low attack. That will go high and out. And another hitting error by the Governors. That's their 9th one of the night. Just 8 kills to 9 hitting errors. 9-6 our score. Huron leading by 3 in this second set. Keenholz to receive the serve. Overpass, and it will be pushed down from Jaylee Olson, her 5th kill. And it's 10-6. And Pierre is down by 4 here in this second set. This is about the same time that the Tigers start to pull away from the Governors in the first set. This will be Keenholz that can't get it cleanly. That turns into an ace for Cheddar. That's her second ace. And it's now an 11-6 lead for Huron. They're trying to find a volleyball to come the way for Cheddar to serve again. So Cheddar on the serve. Keenholz to receive this one. It'll be set from Schleckaway. Lowe's attempt was tipped to the net and dug out. Middle of the floor, that one will be hit out by Jaylee Olson. Her first hitting error of the night, and it's 11-7. Governors finally break that streak, and they're still trailing by 4, though, here in set number 2. 25-13 in set 1 for the Huron Tigers. Now 11-7 here in set 2 for Huron, as Schleckaway will serve. Gorgon Be on the right side. That's a net violation against the Governors another time, and it's 12-7. 5-point advantage here for Huron. Gorgon's back to serve. No aces for her so far. Actually, she does have an ace, but she has 3 kills as the setter. And Gorgon will serve this one Schleckway. It was a knuckleball coming her way. Waldron's attempt was blocked at the net. Stayed on the Huron side, and the back row attack will go down for a kill right between both Olsen and Schleckway. And it turns into a kill for Addison Knight, her third, and a timeout taken by Coach Carrie Wheelhouse. 13-7 in set number 2. Governors are trailing to the Huron Tigers. Back in 30 seconds here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers 30-plus years of in-home support services to our local communities. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
As we welcome you back, it is 13-7 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard, and a 1-0 lead for the Huron Tigers as they won the first one 25-13. First time out taken by the Pierre Governors and Carrie Wheelhouse. There's a dancing chicken on the video board here at the Huron Arena. They've got a nice new video board overhead on the back end of the arena as well from where you're looking at right now. There's also one below us. And yeah, they had a dancing chicken going on the video board. Here on the timeout, near side, it'll be Keys down the line. Hilton Hines to dig it out. And then the back row attack from Knight. Much easier to dig this out for the Governors. Then Davis make that Keys down the line again. Then a free ball coming from Addison Knight. It is now middle of the floor. Alyssa Lowe with a nice touch to it and a nice spot to go. And Alyssa Lowe makes it 13-8. First kill for Lowe tonight. And the 9th kill overall for the Pierre Governors. 7th different Governor to reach into the score sheets. Hart on the serve. Middle of the floor. That's tipped, and that's easily dug out by Alexis Schleckway. Second hit attack by Olsen. Played from Huron, and then it will be hit out from Arian Fitzer. Hit that one too strong, and it's now 13-9. Fitzer's second hitting error, and the Governors, the Tigers, who had 3 hitting errors in set number 1, already have 3 hitting errors in set number 2. Hart will serve. This will be set back to that right side. Down the line, dug out by Schleckway. Back set to Waldron. That's dug out by Knight. Now set from Gorgon over near side for Fitzer. Dug out again by the Governors. Then Novotny was able to get it to the corner, but somehow dug out by Huron, and a free ball coming for the Tigers. Now it's Keys swinging. That's high off the net. Back to Keys on the overpass, but can't do anything with it. It's now going to be the Tigers with the attack. That's dug out by a diving Schleckway. Keys again, popped that one over the top of the wall. Easily dug out from Gorgon. And the pass came to the front of the net, and Hart's there to play it for the Governors. Middle of the floor for Novotny, and she puts that one into the nets. And it's 14-9 in favor of Huron. 10 hitting errors to 9 kills for the Pierre Governors right now. They're down by 5, 14-9 here in the second set, and that will be an ace for the Huron Tigers, as that is Allie Davis with her second ace of this set and tonight. 15-9 is our score here in set 2. Huron leads by 6. Davis on the serve, Hart to receive it. That one will be set and blocked, and a point for Jaylee Olsen. First block shot point of the night for the Huron Tigers. And it's a 7-point lead. This will be served along, another service error. That was from Hilton Hines, and it's 16-10. First service error from Hilton Hines. Sloan Waldron will serve. When the Governors down by 6, 16-10. This will be over from Fitzer. Governors miscommunication on who is going after between Waldron and Schleckway, and it's now 17-10. And Arian Fitzer has got her third kill. So 7-point lead here for the Huron Tigers as they're trying to close in on a 2-0 lead of the Governors. And then we'll try and close it out in a sweep if they are able to put this one away. Governors will have to fight all the way back. They did start to fight back against Yankton on Thursday and got it to a 4-set before falling in those 4 sets. Here is Huron coming with it. There'll be a free ball across. Hadley Hartz, it'll be sent from Waldron, and then somehow got over by Bushbaum without it being a lift. And it'll be another free ball coming from Huron and Hines. Schleckway, Waldron will set for Novotny. That's dug out by Hines, and now an opportunity in system for the Tigers, but dug out by Schleckway. Novotny's still got an opportunity to swing, but that one goes a bit too far. And it's an 18-10 lead now here for Huron. And just another hitting error for the Pierre Governors to add on to it. 8-point advantage. Hilton Hines to serve. This will be Novotny that got it over. Now back to the back row attack, dug out by Hadley Hart. Now it's Keys, that's tipped to the net. It's that somehow it's still out, and it's gonna be the Huron point. I think there had been a 4-hit violation somewhere. I don't think the referees had said. I think Keys was the one that pushed it out. But it was gonna be a point for the Huron Tigers regardless. 19-10 is our score. Marina Bushbaum, now for Keys. That'll be Hines. Back to Hines, free ball goes across. Waldron, Bushbaum, that's into the net, and it's 20-10. And the second timeout will be taken here by Coach Kerry Wheelhouse. 20-10 is our score here in set 2. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hi, I'm South Dakota Attorney General Marty Jackley. If you are a crime victim, there is a way you can stay updated on your case. Crime victims can access the statewide Automated Victim Information and Notification System, or SAVIN. This free service provides victims with important criminal information and notifications. For more information, call 1-844-299-4608 or go to savin.sd.gov.
It is 20-10 of the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. Huron leading by 10. Taking set 1, 25-13, and looking for a 2-0 lead. The potential of a sweep again of the Pierre Governors. All timeouts have been used by the Pierre Governors so far in each of these 2 sets. All 4 of them have come from Coach Kerry Wheelhouse. So she is out of timeouts for this set and trying to rally the troops a little bit. Even if you don't end up winning the set, you got to start to build something going in set number 3. As Keys will receive this serve, and then it'll be a free ball coming from Hart from all the way in the back row. Near side, the attack, it's a net violation against the Governors. It was going to be a kill anyway, and it's 21-10 in favor of the Huron Tigers. Hilton Hines on the serve. Keys to receive. Waldron now far side for Bushbaum. That is dug out by the Tigers. Far side attack, again dug out. Waldron here to the near side for Bushbaum, and that will be taken by Marina Bushbaum for the kill, her third, as she leads the team right now with those 3 kills. 21-11, Governors are down by 10. Keys standing serve. Gorgon will set, tapped over by Olson, made that by Carr. Back again by Carr. Now Schleckway with the swing. That's dug out. It is Hines on that right side. That'll be hit too far from Davis, Claire Davis. And a hitting error against the Huron Tigers, so it's now 21-12. Keys will serve. Hines to receive. Gorgon now near side. That is tipped. It'll be for Waldron. Bushbaum. That's going to be continued here to the near side. And into the net it goes from Claire Davis. So another point for the Governors, and it's 21-13. Pierce down by 8 here in this second set. Keys on the serve. Nearly misplayed by Huron. The swing coming from Fitzer, and that's dug out by the Governors. Now Waldron will set and push down the line perfectly by Alexis Schleckaway. No one there for Huron at all, and it's 21-14. And Schleckaway's got her second kill. 7-point lead now here for the Huron Tigers in set number 2. Governors are trying to make this much more competitive set, but Claire Davis will get the kill as Keys was standing and then had to lean forward and unable to get the dig. So Claire Davis has her first kill, just added on to another total of Huron Tiger getting into the score sheet. Well, Keenholz is in, nearly an ace coming from Liliana Miller. Miller comes diving in for the dig. This will be punched by Gorgon, stays alive, then down the right side line, dug out by Waldron. Free ball from Bushbaum. This will be running attack from Carr, and Chloe Carr gets her second kill to make it 23-14. And Huron's 2 points away from going up 2-0 in this best of 5. So Liliana Miller will serve again. Miller, the 5'5" junior. That is an ace. And it's 24-14. And it is now 10 set points to work with. Governors have scored one more point than they did in the first set, but still not where they want to be late in this second set. Schleckaway, that'll be down the line for Hines to dig out. Right in the middle of the floor, there is Hart to dig this one. Bushbaum put it into the nets. And it's another win for the Huron Tigers, 25-14. And they will go for the sweep. Huron's up 2-0, back in 2 minutes with set number 3. You're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on KCCR. You're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Looking for a pharmacy that truly cares? At Vilas Pharmacy, we're committed to providing the best for your healthcare needs. We offer competitive pricing on all your prescriptions, ensuring you get great value without compromising on quality. Conveniently located right here in Pierre, getting your medications is always easy. Plus, you'll experience truly personalized service from our friendly and knowledgeable team. We're here to help you every step of the way. Make the switch to a pharmacy that puts you first. Visit us online at vilaspharmacy.com or call us today at 605-224-0907. James Valley Landscape and Solutions, creating breathtaking spaces. All because of them, with 40 years of experience and the best landscaping team in the business, hired them to create spaces unimaginable. For a career with great benefits and a rewarding salary, let them hire you. James Valley Landscape and Solutions. Radon. You can't see it, you can't smell it, but this radioactive gas can pose a serious health risk. Don't take chances with your family's health. When you get a home inspection from Thorpe, you have the option to add professional radon testing. This isn't a home box test. This is testing thoroughly and accurately, giving you a clear picture of your home safety. You get your results immediately. No hassle, no wait. Don't settle for less. Ask for professional radon testing as an add-on or just call for the radon test. Thorpe Home Inspection. Your safety, our priority. Call today for your home's radon test. 605-301-9211.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
We welcome you back here inside the Huron Arena as we get set for set number 3. The Pierre Governors are down 2-0, 25-13 and 25-14 in the first 2 sets. The Governors have 11 kills to 14 hitting errors. They have 0 aces to 2 service errors and 1 block shot point that belongs to Addison Novotny. 20 kills so far in 2 sets for the Huron Tigers, 8 hitting errors. They have 7 aces and 6 errors and 1 block shot point that belongs to Jaylee Olson. For the Tigers, the Governors will get the first serve here of set number 3 as well. And again, to remind you that we are on the air for Pierre Governor football Thursday at 5:30 with a 6 o'clock kickoff. We were 8 o'clock Central Time last week. We're 6 o'clock Central Time this week between the Governors and the Douglas Patriots. And then we'll have 6:30 first serve and 1 o'clock first serve Friday and Saturday. This will open up with the Huron leading here in set number 3, as that was missed on the dig from Alexis Schleckaway. And Jaylee Olson will pick up her 6th kill. And it's a 1-0 lead for Huron in this third set. As Jency Gorgon will serve here for Huron. Allie Hartz, that's an ace. Governors going to give up on that play after Hart misplayed on the serve reception. Jency Gorgon has got her 3rd service, or make that her 2nd service ace of the night. 2-0 lead here for the Huron Tigers. Gorgon, Schleckaway to receive this one. Olson now for low. Hilton Hines, middle of the floor, that's down. That'll be a kill for number 18, Allie Davis. And it's 3-0. And for Davis, that is kill number 4. And they have her for 7. I don't believe she has 7 kills. That's what the board has up there, but we're going to keep the 4 that she has. Gorgon on the serve. Schleckaway to receive it. Her and Hart bumped into each other. This one was blocked, and then it goes underneath the net from Hadley Hart. So it turns into a block shot point for Huron. Their 2nd one of the night, and it's 4-0 here early on for Huron. Gorgon on the serve. Schleckaway to receive. This will be Waldron. That will hit that one too far, and it's 5-0. We saw this a couple weeks ago. Huron jumped out to an 8-0 lead in the first set against the Pierre Governors. Gorgon on the serve. Olson to receive. Waldron on that far side. It was Keys that had the opportunity, but it's dug out. Now the attack from Allie Davis. It is going to be Keys. Nearly got the point. Hines, though, free ball here. This will be set from Olson. Waldron, it was blocked. Free ball back from Low across. That'll be tapped over the wall. Back by the Governors to the corner and down. And that'll be a kill for Jaylee Olson to make it 7-0. Make that 6-0 here for Huron. And we will get a sub. Kira Mertes will check in. And the 5'6" junior setter is in. So Mertes will serve here. Hartz. It'll be played and over from Keys, and that one will be hit out from Allie Keys to make it a 7-0 lead here for the Huron Tigers. Governors have 4 more, make that 5 more hitting errors than kills in this game tonight. And a 7-0 lead for Huron to open up this third set. Olson nearly got into the net. Mertes with the opportunity, but that's going to be played here near his side. Off the net, grabbed by Olson. Now Alyssa Lowe. That attempt was blocked. Another attempt from Alyssa Lowe, and she is able to get the point that time. It was really hard to see exactly where that ball landed, but Alyssa Lowe does get the kill. Her 2nd of the night. And the Governors are on the board here for the first time. Hannah Eads will check in. Yeah, Eads is in for the first time. She comes in for Mertes. This will be a free ball, miscommunication here, so the Governors have an opportunity. Far side for Keys. That's dug out by Gorgon. Hines will set, and then that will be hit out by number 20 and Aaron Fitzer. And so it's now 7-2 with back-to-back points for the Governors. Hadley Hartz will serve for Pierre again. This will be far side. Davis with the opportunity. That will turn into a kill for Allie Davis to make it 8-2. Huron's trying to sweep the Pierre Governors. They would move to 9-10 of the season. They have a really tough stretch to try and get back to 500, which would help the Governors out twice if they were to get to 500. As this will be over the net. Schleckaway with the dig. Olson trying to get into the corner to get the Tigers sleeping. That attack was dug out with the overpass. It goes back down, and Addison Knight will get the kill to make it 9-2. But Pierre can get some help from Huron, but they have to go 2-1 at worst, and they've got a brutal Mitchell, O'Gorman, Brandon Valley to finish. Mitchell's 13-4, O'Gorman's 19-3, and Brandon Valley 16-3 on the season. Eads opportunity, that is dug out by the Tigers. This will be down the line, that's out from Fitzer. And it's now 9-3. For the Governors, doesn't get any easier this week for sure, because they will face O'Gorman and Aberdeen Central, 19-3 and 12-9. Then Brookings, who is just below Huron in the standings. And then they'll finish it out with Jefferson, who is under 500. This attack from Fitzer, that's dug out by Sierra Prunty. Now Keys with the swing. That is going to be dug out by Hines. This will be off the net. It's blocked out of play. And so it'll be a point for the Tigers after it was blocked by Pierre. And it's Fitzer that does get the kill. Well, she's been swinging a lot as Arian Fitzer, number 20 for Huron. Hilton Hines on the serve. Prunty. This will be far side and a net violation against Pierre. And so it's now 11-3. Here's a serve for Hilton Hines. Hart to receive it, and it will be unable to be returned. It is now 12-3. It's not a ace. Sloan Waldron will check back into the game. 12-3 is our score. The American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Governors are trying to get different combinations right now because nothing seems to be working. As this will be over, nearly was grabbed in for a point for Huron. Now it's Hines to set it, dug out by Prunty. Waldron was underneath the net, but it doesn't matter as it will be Addison Knight that will get the point to make it 13-3 here in this third set. We got Bushbaum, Eads, Prunty, Hartz, Keys, and Waldron all out on the floor right now for the Governors. Bushbaum will run up to it, popped it over with the left hand. This will be middle of the floor and a net violation against the Governors, and that will be against Marina Bushbaum, and it's 14-3. I think Coach Carey Wheelhouse is looking at maybe letting this thing start to run its course right now as they're down by 11 here in this third set. And just things have not gone well for the Governors tonight. An overpass on the set from Waldron, and it will be a kill for Chloe Carr, and there will be a timeout taken by Coach Carey Wheelhouse. 15-3 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Governors are down by 12 and down 2-0 in sets. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Volleyball on KCCR and watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward. It is 15-3 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard as the Huron Tigers are all over the Pierre Governors right now through sets 1 and 2, 25-13 and 25-14, and now have their largest lead, not of the night, but close to the night. Obviously with a 25-13 win, that was the largest lead, but largest lead here early on in any set. Bushbaum will hit that one out. It'll be a point for the Tigers. And this is the largest lead now for Huron, up by 13 in this third set. Governors, there's no time limit. You can come all the way back from this. There is no, you have to make it in a certain amount of time. Bushbaum will get the kill on that one, her fourth. Down 16-4 right now. But assuming that they don't make this comeback, Pierre will fall to 3-13. They will be they won't be tied anymore in the Sodak 16. They're going to drop down below the Sturgis Scoopers. And they've got to find a way to get a win somewhere along the line over the last 4 games of the season. Carr off the net. That'll be a kill for Chloe Carr to make it 17-14. But again, you got O'Gorman, who is 19-3, who's number 2 in the standings right now. And then Aberdeen Central is number 9 at 12-9 coming into this week. And Brookings and Sioux Falls Jefferson at home, both will be under 500. Or Jefferson maybe it won't be under 500, depending on how their schedule looks at the end of those couple games. This will be from the back row. The attack goes into the nets from Allie Davis, and it's 17-5. But the biggest issue for Pierre is that they have to find a win somewhere. Maybe they can still get in if they don't win another game, but you don't want to take that as a chance. You don't really would like to go into, this is a bad pass from Gorgon. She was miscommunication, turns into a 17-6 score now. And a rare mistake from Jency Gorgon, who has got 3 kills tonight along with 2 aces. I make that Hannah Eves that will serve and serves it into the nets. And it's 18-6. But again, this turns into a little bit more urgent, a lot of urgency for the Governors. Have to have urgency as Alexis Schleckway will get the kill. And right now, Huron's completely fine with just trading point for point at this point. The rest of the way, as they're up by 11 right now, as Molly Olson will serve here for the Governors. But you have to be urgent. There's have to be some urgency from every match here on out. As this will be from Novotny, or from Schleckway, excuse me. It did not get over the net, so Schleckway will pick up the hitting error. And it's now 19-7. And stat-wise, you can't be negative. You can't be in the negatives. You have to have, there's too many hitting errors for the Pierre Governors tonight compared to not enough kills. The recipe that will hardly ever win you some volleyball games. As this will be over and a kill for Claire Davis, her second, and it's now 20-7. And Huron's 5 points away from closing this one out tonight. No aces right now for the Pierre Governors. You know, Hadley Hart's obviously one that consistently does get aces, but she just hasn't been able to serve very much because the Governors can't put rallies together. And they're barely over 30 points the entire night. That'll be out of play after Claire Davis hit off the net. And it bounced away. And you'll also look at how many points, you know, they've scored 35 points right now in this match. And let's see, there'll be 13 of those 35 points have come from hitting errors. And this will be a service error from Addison Novotny. Make that from Schleckway, excuse me. That'll be her second service error. Then you also have 6 service errors from the Tigers. This will be an ace after it was misplayed from Hart and Prunty. And Gorgon will get the ace to make it 22-8. I mean, so you're looking at almost half the points from Pierre coming from hitting errors and service errors from the Huron Tigers to give Pierre those points. Prunty here for Alyssa Lowe. This will be Gorgon that will dig it out. Hilton Hines, free ball goes across. It'll be Olson now, free ball from Hadley Hart. Miscommunication again for the Governors. This one will be off the nets, was not over the nets. And Jaylee Olson will have just her second hitting error. You go back to last Thursday. Let's see, 21-9. I had 22-9. It was 21-9 in favor of the Pierre Governors. Go back to last Thursday. Yankton at 52. Okay, they do have 22 points. It is 22-9 on their scoreboard, and as well as also on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. This will be tipped at the net, so it turns into a point for Fitzer to make it 23-9. Pierre thought maybe they had got the point, but it is in favor of Huron, so they're 2 points away. get to that point here in just a moment for Yankton and Pierre from last Thursday. Waldron, that'll be over the net after it was tipped off the net. Then Davis will hit that one out. Claire Davis does. As 23-10 here in set number 3. But Yankton out-hit Pierre by 30, 52-22. And you know, yes, yeah, they won in 4 sets, so it is going to be a little bit more, you know, than the other side. But Pierre just hasn't been able to get those kills consistently to get 30 to 40 kills in a match, regardless if they play 3 or 4 sets. They just haven't, even when they've won, they haven't been able to. This will be a kill from Arian Fitzer to make it 24-10, and it's now 14 points to work with. As Huron, I apologize, I still have second set on the scoreboard. It's actually the third set, and Huron is up 2-0, winning 25-13 and 25-14. Bushbaum on the attempted kill. This will be a net violation by somebody, and it is going to be against Huron. And it's now 24-11. So Pierre will get the point to keep this match alive. But 25-13 and 25-14 in those first 2 sets in favor of Huron. Keys now tapped over. Hart. It is Waldron. Hart back on a free ball. Hines is able to get to it. Gorgon will set, and that will be just out. But it was tipped at the net, so it will be a point for Camden Fuchs to get the 25-11 set win, and they win the match in 3. 25-13, 25-14, and 25-11. 3-0 win for the Huron Tigers over the Pierre Governors. Back in 2 minutes to wrap this one up from Huron Arena. You listen to Pierre Governor Volleyball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Planning for next year is right around the corner, but do you know how much nutrients your crops will need? Fall soil sampling with CHS River Plains can help you look at each field's nutrient carryover, provide you with a more accurate farm plan, and allow you to take a position on those nutrients needed when you see fit. Plus, it'll make your life easier next spring when the planters are ready to roll and you don't have to wait. Contact your local CHS River Plains agronomist today, and we'll get the pickup headed your way.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back here into the postgame show, the Pierre Governors will fall in 3 sets, 25-13, 25-14, and 25-11 to the Huron Tigers here this evening. As we look at the stats, the Governors were out hit 33-14 in this contest, as the Governors were led by Marina Bushbaum, who had just 4 kills, 3 for Alexis Schleckaway, 2 for Sloan Waldron, 2 for Alyssa Lowe, and 1 each for Addison Novotny, Molly Olson, and Allie Keys. Governors had 18 hitting errors to their 14 kills. They're in the negative in swinging, and no aces on top of that does not allow for a lot of success in a ball game, as they had 4 service errors and just 1 block shot total for the night. Addison Novotny had that one. Huron Tigers, they had a lot of different girls reach the score sheets, as it was 7 kills for Jaylee Olson, who led the way. Arian Fitzer had 6. Allie Davis and Addison Knight each had 5. 2 for Claire Davis, 4 for Chloe Carr, 3 for Jency Gorgon, and Camden Fuchs had the last one for her 1 kill, 33 in total for Huron. They had 15 hitting errors for the Tigers. They end up with a total of, 9 service aces over the course of the night, and they had just 6, 0 in that third set, 6 errors on the night for the Huron Tigers. 2 block shot points, 1 coming from Jaylee Olson, who was outstanding in this game for the Huron Tigers. So the Governors now find themselves, they've got work in front of them, and they have to find a way to get a win. They're going to be outside the Sodak 16 again. They are coming in tied at number 16 with the Sturgis Scoopers, but now the loss, they'll drop them below the cut line for the Sodak 16 with just 4 games remaining, and they've got 2 really tough opponents coming up here on Friday and Saturday, with first being O'Gorman, and then the second one will end up being Aberdeen Central at home. But they'll have to go on the road to O'Gorman on Friday nights, and then at home Saturday afternoon against Aberdeen Central. So our next Pierre Governor volleyball broadcast will be that Friday, coverage at 6 o'clock and a 6:30 first serve. And then on Saturday, it'll be a 12:30 coverage and a 1 o'clock first serve between Pierre and Aberdeen Central. Governor football will be coming up on Thursday night. We've got coverage at 5:30 and a 6 o'clock first serve between, 6 o'clock kickoff between the Pierre Governors and the Douglas Patriots. We will have coverage right here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, as Blake Dean will join me for the call of that contest. So that'll wrap things up for us here from the Huron Arenas. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. I want to say thanks to Eliza Mayer back at the station. John Winkler signing off. It is a 3-0 win for the Huron Tigers, 25-13, 25-14, and 25-11, as we say so long from the Huron Arena.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Sports on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. The Pierre Governors are brought to you by Bank West, Allied Plumbing, Beck Motors, Home Care Services, Venture Communications, Vilas Pharmacy, Todd's Electric, State Farm Insurance, CHS River Plains, and Zander Auto Parts. And by Wheelhouse Auto Body, Slumberland, SD7, Shane's Pharmacy, Kathy's Sunshine Properties, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, First Fidelity Bank, Country Carpet and Flooring, and Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping. And by Wagner Auto, Sanford Clinic, the South Dakota Office of Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Envirotech, First National Bank, and Faith Lutheran Church. And by Kruger Climate Systems, River Bottom Sanitation, Rising Hope Counseling, Pizza Ranch, Olson Plumbing, Dakota Storm Roofing, Ferding Electric, James Valley Landscaping, Lamb Motors, May Adam, and First Dakota National Bank. And by Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Missouri River Dentistry, Kruger Contracting, Karsten Erickson Roofing, Gales Gas, Edward Jones Financial, and First United Methodist Church. Join us all season for more of the Pierre Governors. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting.